Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Faizal Soul. Students, we are going to discuss the topic potentiometer. Potentiometer is a combination of two words. Potentiometer means potential difference or voltage measuring instrument. Potential difference or voltage measuring instrument. We can define it a very simple instrument that is used to measure and compare the potential difference. A simple instrument that can measure and compare the potential difference is called a potentiometer. Potentiometer, potential difference measuring instrument or voltage measuring instrument is really a simple instrument. It simply consists of a wire of resistance R and uniform cross-sectional area A, and that wire is fixed or fitted on a wooden board. This is a wire of uniform cross-sectional area A and resistance R fitted on a wooden board. Wire having two ends, initial end is A and final end is B, and third terminal that can slide over the wire, that is known as C. C can slide over the wire from point A to point B. When the terminal C is at point A, the resistance between A and C is 0. But when we slide the terminal C from A proceeding toward B, the resistance between A and C will increase. As C is at A, the resistance between A and C will be 0. But when we slide the terminal C from A and proceeding toward B, the resistance between A and C will continuously increase, and when the terminal C is at point B, the resistance of the whole wire capital R will be used. So potentiometer will be used in two different ways. It will be used as a potential divider and as to measure the unknown EMF, unknown potential. So first of all, we are going to discuss the potentiometer with the help of a video. So students, it is a potentiometer. As said earlier, it's a very simple instrument, a wooden board and a wire of uniform cross-sectional area of resistance R. So it simply only have two parts. One wooden board and the second is the wire of uniform cross-sectional area and resistance R. In labs we have the potentiometer of length 400 centimeter because the wire is starting from here, and after first turn it becomes 200 centimeter, third turn it becomes 300 centimeter and it becomes 400 centimeter. But I am going to use only its first part. It will be a terminal A and terminal B only 100 centimeter part. So you can see that potentiometer is really a very simple instrument, and it can be used to determine the unknown EMF and also as a potential divider. So but we use it only its 100 centimeter part, mean first part of its length. Now we discuss the potentiometer as potential divider. If we understand the potentiometer as potential or voltage divider, then we can measure the unknown voltage. To use the potentiometer as potential divider, a battery of EMF E is connected between terminal A and B of the wire of a potentiometer. Means wire of the potentiometer having two ends. One end is connected with positive terminal of battery and other end of the wire of potentiometer is connected with negative terminal of the battery. Means a battery of EMF E is connected across the wire of a potentiometer. Now the current will flow through this wire of the potentiometer. Current will flow through this wire from positive to negative terminal of the battery, and the current will be equal to flowing through this wire of resistance R. V is equal to IR and I is equal to V over R, or I is equal to E over R. Now a voltmeter is connected between terminal A and C.
voltmeter is connected between terminal A and C. If R is the small r is the resistance between A and C, so voltage drop, potential drop or voltage drop between A and C will be equal to VAC. Voltage is equal to current multiplied by resistance. So VAC is equal to current flowing through this small r or capital R is the same. So current is I is equal to E over R, current is E over R, and resistance between A and C is small r. Current is E over R and resistance between A and C is small r. Arrange this relation and it will be R over capital R multiplied by R over R. Interchange the E and small r over R multiplied by small e. This relation shows the voltage between A and C can be varied. If we are at point A, the terminal C is at point A, small r will be 0. And if small r is 0 according to this mathematical relation, if small r is equal to 0, voltage between A and C will also be equal to 0. If we are at point C, small r will be 0, voltage between A and C will also be equal to 0. And if we slide the terminal C on this wire, the voltage between A and C will continue to increase. And if we slide the terminal C on this wire up to point B, the small r will become equal to capital R. And when small r becomes equal to capital R, small r becomes capital R over capital R multiplied by E, and we get the full voltage. In simple word, we can say that when we are we having the point C at point A, small r is 0, voltage between A and C will 0. When C is sliding on this wire, the voltage between A and C will increase, and if C is slide up to point B, the voltage between A and C will increase and we get the maximum EMF. In practical demonstration, we are going to use only the first segment of the wire. Wire is totally in 400 centimeter length, but we are going to use only 100 centimeter length just to clear the concept. And the EMF of the cell is 3 volt, but because of continuous use of the cell, it is up to 1.5 or 1.4 volt. So we are going to demonstrate this. The voltage between A and C is continue to increase from if we slide the terminal C from A to B.
So we are going to use the potentiometer as a potential divider. First of all, we will have to learn the use of potentiometer as potential divider. As shown in circuit diagram, first of all, we have a power supply of 3 volt. One cell is of 1.5 volt, roughly 1.5 volt. Other is also 1.5 volt. They will be connected end to end. This one is a positive terminal. Negative and positive are connected together in the cell box. So they are connected in series. They are combined. This one is the positive terminal. Both of the cell. This one is the positive terminal, and both cell. This one is the negative terminal. And 1.5 around about 3 volt. Now positive terminal is connected with point A of the potentiometer. Positive terminal of the cell is connected with connected with point A of the potentiometer, and negative terminal of the cells is connected with point B of the potentiometer. You can also see it in circuit diagram. We have a battery of EMF E. Now we have two cells working as a battery. 3 volt, and positive terminal is connected with point A of potentiometer, and negative terminal is connected with point B of the potentiometer. Now from point A, a wire is connected with positive terminal of the voltmeter. Why positive terminal? Because at point A, positive terminal of the cell is connected. Positive terminal of the cell is connected at point A. So this one is the positive terminal of the potentiometer, because it is connected with positive terminal of the cell, and from positive terminal we are going to connect a wire with the positive terminal of the voltmeter, and negative terminal is connected with point C, that is known as jockey. It's a sliding terminal, jockey, and it's a sliding terminal. So students, it's a circuit diagram that is shown in the figure. Now it can be used as a potential divider. First of all, we know that when it is at point A, you can see when it is at point A, then the voltage is also 0. But when I slide from point A to B, point A to B, this one is the A and this one, which one is sliding is C. It is A and this terminal which is sliding is C. Voltage between A and C, A and C. When the terminal C is at point A, the voltage between A and C, voltage between A and C is 0. Voltage between A and C is 0. But when we move the C away from point A, the voltage is increasing, continuously increasing. Look at the voltmeter. The voltage is increasing between A and C. So I keep on sliding the point C and moving toward the point B. When I am moving toward the point B, you can see at the voltmeter, the voltage is increasing. Between A and C, voltage is increasing. So we have provided around about 3 volt, and now we are getting from 0 up to 3 volt. As we are at point A, the voltage is 0, but when we move away from point A, the voltage between A and C is increasing, and proceeding toward point B, the voltage between A and C is continuously increasing up till we are at point close to the point B. The voltage is continuously increasing between A and C. So it is the role of potentiometer as potential divider. We can get voltage between 0 to maximum voltage, which will be at point B. Maximum voltage which can be obtained is around about 1.3 to 4 volt. It is due to the usage of cells are continuously being used, not providing 3 volt. Maximum voltage which can be obtained is around about 1.4 volt. 1.4 volt we can obtain. So we can obtain 0 to 1.4 volt. Anyway, between 0 to 1.4 volt. So it is the role of potentiometer as potential divider.
Now we can use the potentiometer to measure the unknown potential or voltage of the cell. But first we understand the function of the potentiometer as potential divider, and we have discussed it in detail. The upper circuit is known as potential divider circuit, and we have discussed that when the terminal C is at point A, the voltage between A and C is 0, and when terminal C is sliding from A to B, the voltage between A and C will continue to increase. So this is the potential divider circuit. But to measure the unknown voltage of the cell, unknown EMF of the cell, only change in the circuit is that we have replaced the voltmeter with the cell of unknown voltage named as EX and placed a galvanometer in series with it. We have a voltmeter over there, but now we replace the voltmeter with a cell of unknown voltage EX. Its voltage is going to be determined, its voltage or EMF is going to be determined, and also place a galvanometer in series with it between terminal A and C. Also, it should be kept in mind, at point A, the positive terminal of the potential divider and positive terminal of the cell with unknown EMF are connected at point A. At point A, the positive terminal of the potential divider and positive terminal of the cell with unknown EMF are connected at point A. Now, we slide the terminal C on this wire of the potentiometer from point A to B. When the terminal C is at point A, the voltage between A and C is 0, but this cell of unknown voltage having some voltage or current flows through the galvanometer shows deflection. But we keep on sliding the terminal C from A to B. When we slide the terminal C from A to B, the voltage between A and C will continue to increase. The voltage between A and C will continue to increase. And suddenly galvanometer shows no deflection. When galvanometer shows no deflection, the voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX. The reason is that galvanometer shows no deflection and negative potential of the potential divider, negative potential of the potential divider and negative potential of the EX are at the same point. In other words, we can say that when galvanometer shows no deflection, the voltage between A and C and the voltage of EX becomes equal to EX, becomes equal to each other, because the negative voltage of the potential divider and negative potential of the EX are at the same potential. No current can flow through the galvanometer. Simply, the voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX. When galvanometer shows no deflection, as I have said, voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX. So VAC formula can be used to determine the unknown EMF EX, because VAC becomes equal to EX. So VAC formula is R over R multiplied by E, R over R multiplied by E, and we can use it L over L multiplied by E, L over capital L multiplied by E. Resistances are proportional to length, so small r is replaced by small l and capital R is replaced by capital L multiplied by E. With the help of this relation, we can determine the unknown EMF of the cell.
Now we are going to use the potentiometer to measure the unknown EMF of a cell. This is the cell whose voltage or potential difference is going to be measured. This is the cell. In formula we have the notation for this cell EX. So we are going to measure the potential difference or voltage of this cell. Upper part is the same as that of potential divider. Upper part exactly the same as that of potentiometer. Terminal A and B, and we have two cells connected together, 3 volts, not about 3 volt, roughly 1.5 to 6 volt combined voltage. The positive terminal is connected at point A and the negative terminal of the cell is connected at point B. The lower part is changed to some extent. Lower part is changed. In the previous part, to use the potentiometer as potential divider, I have the voltmeter over here. Now there is no voltmeter, but the cell whose voltage is going to be measured and a galvanometer is connected. As per theory, now the voltage of this cell is going to be measured. Now if we know that the potential from A to C can be changed, A to B can be changed, and changed according to terminal C. When the terminal C slide from A to B, to voltage between A and C will change. Voltage between A and C will change, continuously change. And voltage between A and C, when voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX, when voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX, then galvanometer shows no deflection. First of all, you can see that the voltmeter shows deflection. If I connect over the other terminal B, then it also shows the deflection. It also shows the deflection. But now if I slide the terminal from A to B, this one is the terminal C and it is sliding from A to B, you can see that on the galvanometer the needle is coming back to 0 and voltage between A and C is increasing. Voltage between A and C is increasing continuously. And when voltage between A and C, now the terminal C is sliding. Now voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX. A and C becomes equal to EX. Their negative terminals mean terminal C and negative terminal and positive terminal are at the same potential. Galvanometer shows no deflection. Now the voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX. When voltage between A and C becomes equal to EX, then the formula we have already derived can be used to determine the unknown EMF of the cell, which is also shown in the circuit diagram.